to another video on my channel. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone is doing well. Remember to smash that subscribe button and that like button for the best African football content in English, because today we're looking ahead to match days 3 and 4 of the Afcon 2023 qualifiers. It's been almost a year, guys. I think it was last June, can you believe, where we had the opening match days 1 and 2 of these Afcon qualifiers. 3 and 4 were meant to be played in September last year. Those were delayed so the African nations going to the World Cup could do warm-up games and friendlies and so forth, so it's been pushed back to this year. And of course the tournament as a whole has been pushed back to January 2024, which is about 10 to 11 months from now, so not too far away. These are going to be some crucial qualifiers because it's the round of games where the teams are playing each other twice in a week. They'll play each other home and away in most instances, and this will probably decide who goes through. So the top 2 in every group will advance to the Afcon in Ivory Coast. Some groups only have 3 teams. That will still be first and second. And also the group with Ivory Coast are through as hosts. So only 1 team in Ivory Coast group are going to advance with them. So it's a bit hard if you're in that one. So let's look at where we are so far and what we can expect. So Group A, you've got Nigeria 6 out of 6. They had that massive thumping win last time out. Guinea-Bissau on 4. Sierra Leone on just a point this time, and Sao Tome and Principe, I'm sorry, but they are making up the numbers there in last place. So Nigeria are going to play Guinea-Bissau home and away. Sierra Leone are going to play Sao Tome and Principe home and away. I should point out these games taking place between the 20th and the 28th of March 2023, so not long to go at all. And I should say that CAF, half the countries involved have said your stadiums aren't good enough. So a lot of teams are actually going to be playing home games in away games, including Algeria's game as well. We'll come up to that in a second. So for me, Nigeria and Guinea-Bissau will advance. 6 points and 4 points already. Sierra Leone, if they're going to have any chance, they have to batter Sao Tome and Principe, which I think they will. Nigeria need to get 4 points minimum from those Guinea-Bissau games, and then it might come down to Guinea-Bissau playing Sierra Leone in one of the final rounds of games. So for me, Nigeria looking good. If Sierra Leone can get 2 wins against Sao Tome, which I think they will, and Guinea-Bissau lose twice to Nigeria, they'll swap places. So Nigeria for me will be comfortable in first, but let's see what happens with Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone, because that 1 point from 2 games might be misleading because they haven't had a chance to play Sao Tome yet. So I reckon Nigeria and Sierra Leone will win both those games. Nigeria have to start building for the future now. Group B, Burkina Faso on 6. I think they're one of the most underrated teams on the continent. Burkina Faso, semi-finalists at the last competition. They should have come third, really. They really did bottle the lead to Cameroon, didn't they? Cape Verde on 3, Eswatini on 1. Togo, they've been poor. They've got 1 point, and now they've got to play Burkina Faso home and away. Togo are going to have to put it at the bag, with obviously got Jenny at the back, if they want any chance. I can't see it happening. I think Burkina Faso looking good. Cape Verde should beat Eswatini twice home and away. I think the group will stay as it is. I mean, Burkina Faso looking very good. They've got Ouattara that's just gone to Bournemouth in the Premier League. So I think Faso and Cape Verde are looking to get 2 wins out of 2 in this match day as well, which will pretty much silence Group B after just 4 games. Group C, only 3 teams in it. Cameroon with 3 points, Burundi with 1, Namibia with 1. What an opportunity for second place to go through here. Now, Cameroon are going to play Namibia home and away. Burundi are not going to play in this match day. They've already got 1 point from 2 games. No Burundi fixture this time round. For me, Cameroon will beat Namibia home and away. But they might draw away. We'll see. That's going to be Cameroon pretty much through. But it's between Burundi and Namibia, isn't it, for that second spot? It will probably come down to when they face each other yet again. But very easy for Cameroon there to have just 3 teams in the group with respect there, Burundi and Namibia, and they've already got 3 points on the board. So they'll be on 9 points out of 9 probably coming out of the Group C matches. So Cameroon versus Namibia, Namibia versus Cameroon. Group D is probably my favourite. Now, as you can see on the screen, all 4 teams have won a game and lost a game. They've all got 3 points. So it's pretty much starting all over. Don't be misled by Egypt's bottom. They've got Salah. They've got the new manager, the Portuguese fella. He's very Victoria, very, very good. Remember, Egypt beat Belgium in a friendly before the World Cup started. They're looking solid. They've got some great players coming through. Madamour Ashur. I think Egypt will beat Malawi twice. I think they'll beat Malawi home and away. Guinea, Ethiopia might be closer than we think. Of course, Ethiopia very impressive in their last home game. They beat Egypt, but it's going to be tough. Guinea have to get their act together, but this really is wide open. I still expect Egypt to come out by the end of March with 2 wins against Malawi. I think Guinea, Ethiopia, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple of draws in there. Of course, Ethiopia, pretty much their whole team was at Chan, and we didn't see too much from them. So maybe Guinea will just about get through those games with a tight margin. Group E, you've got Ghana and Angola on 4 points, and then you've got the Central African Republic and Madagascar on 1 point. Again, with the Chan, that was mainly the Madagascan team, and they had a very good competition, didn't they, Madagascar? They went quite far in the Chan. Ghana playing Angola, though, so they will drop points, those two teams. Ghana now with Chris Hughton in charge. They'll be disappointed with the World Cup. Chris Hughton's crucial with his links in the UK. Could be looking at getting the likes of Hudson-Odoi, Eddie Nketiah. I don't think England are going to want Nketiah anytime soon after that performance he had recently. But Central African Republic against Madagascar. Madagascar, they need to win both those games. Now, we don't know what Central African Republic's going to turn up. With the likes of Kondogbia, are they going to be there? If Madagascar play as well as they did at Chan, I could see them nicking 2 wins against the Central African Republic. That would put them straight back in it if Ghana defeat Angola twice. But look out for Angola. They're building a new team. They've got a lot of Portuguese-born players that are switching to Angola. A few of the boys that used to be in the Premier League, the likes of Helder Costa, used to play in the Premier League with Wolves, they've switched to Angola. Wilson Eduardo. So look out for the Angolans, but they'll be pleased with 4 points out of possible 6. Those Ghana-Angola games might be 2 of the best games we'll see in this international break. I expect Madagascar to get some positive points against the Central African Republic. Group F is Algeria's group. Algeria completely flying away. The only team to have won matches in this group is Algeria. The other 3 teams combined haven't even got a win between them. Algeria on 6. Maybe a surprise that Niger are on 2 points, unbeaten. Well, that's because they're about to play Algeria home and away. Algeria versus Niger, Niger versus Algeria, and then Tanzania against Uganda in the other game. Now, Algeria against Niger away can't be happening in Niger because they're on the CAF Stadium ban list. That game, could it happen in Morocco? I don't think so with the political tensions. I think Algeria maybe could play both games at home, even though one's an away game, because there's a border between the 2 countries. It's not a million miles away. We've seen it happen before. We saw Morocco in the World Cup qualifiers play all their away games at home. It's not the end of the world. Geographically, it's not too far. We'll see what happens. Algeria should get 2 wins, considering the local Bulgaria team beat Niger 5-0. So if we're doing that with Mahios, what's going to happen with Mahrez? Tanzania, Uganda is probably the real interest here. They have to capitalise, because I'm pretty certain Niger will get no points from this international break. I know they're unbeaten. I think Tanzania will win the home game, and then Uganda will win the home game, and they will be both on 4 points coming out of this break, and it's all to play for who can get something against Algeria heading into 5 and 6. But Algeria, of course, with the 2 wins against Niger in this international break, will qualify for the Afcon with 2 games to spare. Group G, Mali, 6 points out of 6. They're looking like a little bit of a powerhouse. I think we're going to have to keep an eye on the Malians, because Mali are looking very, very good. And I think they're very, very underrated. And we saw what happened recently when Algeria played them. They were very unlucky. Congo on 3, Gambia on 3, South Sudan on 0. This is an interesting one, because Mali are going to play Gambia now, and Congo are going to play South Sudan. Now, assuming Congo do get 2 wins out of 2 against South Sudan, that would put Congo on 9 points with 2 games to go. And if Mali beat Gambia twice, that would be Gambia 6 points behind. That would make it very, very difficult for Gambia. And they had a cracking tournament last time, Gambia. Did they get to the quarterfinals of the Africa Cup of Nations? Gambia are in serious danger here of not making the Afcon. It'd be a shame, because I like what they did last time. They're going to have to get something against Mali in one of these games, because I'm pretty sure Congo are going to beat South Sudan twice. So if Gambia don't get anything in this international break, unfortunately, I think Congo, we're going to see them back in the Afcon fold very soon. Group H is Ivory Coast on 4 points. Now, they're already qualified even if they came bottom, so only one of the next 3 teams can make it. Zambia on 3, Comoros again on 3, had a cracking tournament last time, and Lesotho on 1. Ivory Coast are going to play Comoros twice, Lesotho, Zambia. Now, Zambia, I think, of course, they've lost Mwepu. Really unfortunate, he was at Brighton with a heart condition. Thoughts go out to him. Patson Daka at Leicester. Not set the Premier League on fire, but I expect him to bag against Lesotho in both games. I think Zambia will be very positive in this international break with 2 wins. Big ask for Comoros to make it again. They're going to have to get something against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast didn't even get to the World Cup playoffs. hosting the tournament, of course, building a team. Great to see Sebastian Haller back. Hopefully he can be back at international level as well. See if Zaha's fully fit in time. They've got Kessier. They've got a good side. Willy Bolly's going to be out though. Aurier's playing at Forest though. I think Ivory Coast are going to be very, very hard to beat for Comoros, and I think we could see Ivory Coast and Zambia come out of this group, and unfortunately Comoros, similar to Gambia, will probably unfortunately miss out on this occasion. Now, Group I is another very interesting group. It's got Mauritania and Gabon on 4, Sudan on 3, so Sudan's still right in this, and DR Congo, massive nation in African football, DR Congo. They used to be going to the World Cups years ago, and when there are only like 1 or 2 African teams going. But this is, for me, for DR Congo to have no points from 2 games is absolutely shocking. For me, a good Afcon is an Afcon with DR Congo in it, and they've got good players. You look at Wissa at Brentford, they've got players in all positions that can do something. Are they going to get Wan-Bissaka in at right back finally? We have to wait and see. Let's see what happens with DR Congo. They're going to be playing Mauritania twice. Now, Mauritania have done very well to get onto 4 points from 2 games. DR Congo have to win both the games, I think. If they want to go to Afcon, they have to win both, because they have to worry about Gabon and Sudan as well. Mauritania have been to the last 2 Afcons, of course. They're in the driving seat. If they can get 1 win against DRC, that'll give them great confidence going into the last 2 games. But of course, DR Congo got Desabra now in charge. I think he managed Uganda a few years ago. I liked what he was doing with them. Gabon, Sudan will be closer than people think. Sudan, disappointing chant for them. Gabon without Aubameyang anymore. I don't know if Lamine is still involved, but I think you might see Gabon win the home game and then Sudan win the home game. This group's wide open, assuming DR Congo get their act together, because I don't want to have another Afcon about the DRC. I mean, they had the World Cup playoff. They played Morocco in the playoffs. You've got to be pretty good going to get to that stage, and they couldn't make the last Afcon. We need DR Congo to get their act together. I think Wissa is going to be a huge part of that. Group J, we're going to have Tunisia playing Libya, a North African clash twice. Tunisia on 4, Equatorial Guinea on 3, of course, who ended Algeria's 35-game unbeaten run at the last Afcon. Libya also on 3, Botswana on 1. Well, Libya are going to need a favour from Botswana, because Equatorial Guinea, quarter-finalists last time, they're going to be very confident playing Botswana twice. Libya, in a derby, anything can happen. They're going to probably need something against the Tunisians, because again, if Tunisia beat Libya twice and Equatorial Guinea win twice, it's not looking good for the Libyans, is it? And we saw at the Chan, Libya had a very disappointing group stage exit. So I think Tunisia will be very positive, maybe get a win and a draw against Libya. I think Equatorial Guinea could beat Botswana twice, but watch this space. Now, next group, Group K, Morocco already on 6 points. I know people say they haven't qualified. For me, they've already qualified. South Africa on 0, Liberia on 0. Morocco haven't got a game in these Afcon qualifiers, but they are going to be playing 2 friendlies. One's against Brazil, one's against Peru, so they'll have 2 friendlies. For me, this group's already wrapped up for them. Second spot between South Africa and Liberia. It will pretty much get decided in this international break, because they're going to be playing each other home and away. I back South Africa very much to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, and I hope South Africa could get 2 wins out of 2 in this. And then Group L finishes with the holders Senegal, 6 points out of 6. They're playing Mozambique twice. Rwanda are playing Benin twice. Benin, no points from 2 games. That's poor from them. Really poor. You expect better with the likes of Mounier and Sessegnon. They should be doing better. Benin have to beat Rwanda twice to have any chance of making the Afcon. Rwanda have a point, so they might stretch that record a little bit more here. Even though Senegal probably will beat Mozambique twice, I think Mozambique, with the 4 points they have, with a game against Rwanda and Benin to come, I think Mozambique will qualify for Afcon, even though they're playing Senegal. Because Benin are going to have to beat Rwanda twice, and that's a big ask. And then they're going to have to play Senegal again. I think Mozambique, don't be too disheartened if they come out of this fixtures with 2 losses, because I think they've got a good team. They've got Ronaldo at Atletico Mexer. They've got some all-right players, Mozambique. You saw in the Chan, they come out in the group with Algeria. So I think Senegal and Mozambique, even though they're playing each other, I think they'll both advance. So that's a look ahead to the Afcon fixtures. Of course, we're going to be covering it on this channel, all the teams, all the action, all the goals. Looking forward to it with you guys. We're going to look back at the games every day. Hopefully not too many controversies. Expect a lot of games being played away from home. We look forward to the squads. Are we going to see some new players born in Europe finally switch over? Let's wait and see. But drop a like. Thanks for watching. See you next time.